So your preparation must be going on in full strength, and you are having just around 100 days for Clat 2023, and the thing for which you were preparing from the last 6 months is very near to you. So in this session, we will be discussing that for the next 100 days, what are the important things that you should do, what you should not do, what should be the way you should appear for the mock, what you should not do in the mocks. This all things we will be discussing in this session. It will not be a long session, but we will try to cover as many things as possible, so that for the next 30 for the next 100 days, whatever strategy you are having, it should be the best strategy, because this 100 days will make a big change in your score and everything. Okay, so let's start with the first slide. Now, as usual, this is the compulsory things which you have to do for the next 100 days. That is the newspaper, guys. It is very important. Again and again, we are repeating from the very beginning of your CLAT preparation that newspaper is very important, and not only the only one newspaper, the two newspaper are important. That is Hindu and Indian Express. If you're getting the time to read other newspaper like Daily Guardian or even the Legally Speaking of Daily Guardian, that is very good. But this is compulsory. That is the two newspaper, that is Hindu and Indian Express. Apart from this, if you get time, try to read Daily Guardian or Legally Speaking, guys. The thing is that from the last CLAT experience, the last two experience, even those who appeared for CLAT examination last year, what is important is that what you are practicing, what you know, what types of question is you practice, that is important. But what is more important is you should be having a very good reading speed and a very good inference drawing power, which comes with the newspaper. So reading the editorial and everything is very important. Yesterday in the newspaper, you got a very good article for the recently, that is the Special Marriage Act, the challenge in the Special Marriage Act. So the Hindu has covered very beautifully an article on the Special Marriage Act. What is Special Marriage Act? It might be possible in your upcoming CLAT examination, you will get the same article. That is source, the Hindu, and they will be copying the complete article. Then today itself, you got a very good article on G20. So as we know that India is going to assume the G20 presidency, and we are going to host G20 meeting in December. So there was a very good article today in the newspaper on G20. So these are the things which you should read, you should infer from this, so that tomorrow something related to it come in your CLAT examination, it would help you. So this is the first thing. Coming to the next point, that is quantitative technique. Guys, this is very important for your getting a good NLU. So if you are thinking of getting the top 5 NLU, top 7 NLU, your quant should be very good. You cannot think of getting a good NLU, that is top 5, top 7 NLU, without the quant. So you have to keep on practicing the quant. Where to practice, what to practice, that we'll be discussing in the upcoming slides. But make it a point that you practice quant at least on an alternative day basis. So not, even if not on a daily basis, you should practice quant 2 to 3 passages on a daily basis. So if you are practicing for 50 days of 3 passages, that would result to around 150 passages. Okay, 150 passages plus your mocks and everything. So make it a point that your quant is very good, guys, because a candidate who is having a good score in CLAT, sorry, who is having a good score, yeah, I will be taking the questions. Who is having a good score in quant will be getting a better NLU than a person or a candidate who is not having a good score in, who is not having a good score in CLAT, in quantitative technique. So quantitative technique is very important. So make it a point that you keep on practicing the quantitative technique. कैमरा बंद है ना, नहीं कर सकते. And then you have the practice sheets. So this is the point. At this point of time, when you are having around 100 days for CLAT, it is important that you keep on practicing the all the practice sheets that you have. So it might be of the career launcher, it might be of the legal age, or any of the practice sheets that you have. You need to practice as many practice sheets as possible. It might be the daily practice paper, or it might be any of the practice sheets that you have been giving from the last 6 months. Make it a point you do practice a lot of questions. This is very important. So after, once your reading and inference power is good, it is important to practice a lots of questions, especially in the legal section. So for the legal, you don't have any basic concept or something like this apart from tort and crime. So practice is very important. So practice as many questions as possible from for the legal, for the logical. This is very important thing. And another compulsory thing is the mock and analysis. So don't assume. give as many mock as possible in the next 100 days. So if you are, what, how many mocks you should give, what should be the frequency, that we will be discussing. But the mock with the proper analysis. So even if till yesterday you were giving the mock and just going through, just glancing the what questions you made wrong, that was okay. But even from tomorrow, if you start analyzing the mock very properly and understanding which are still your weak areas, then it would be very helpful, guys. So this is a compulsory thing, that is mock and analysis. Not only giving mock is important, you have to analyze the mock with explanation. Yesterday we conducted on last Sunday we conducted the lighting dreams mock, so you have received the answer key with explanation. So you have to sit and understand that what, at what point you are making mistakes, which is the thing which you are not able to understand. The moment you will be recognizing these things, then only it would be easier for you to attempt CLAT 2023. And the fifth point under this slide is the revision, which is very important. Now, at this point of time, you have to start with the revision. So the revision includes your concepts, whether it is of legal, of tort, crime, contract, whether it is your vocabulary, whether it is your grammar, whether it anything of logical, whether your concepts of the DI, so whether it is ratio, proportion, compound interest, simple interest, profit and loss, and then you will start with the revision of the current affair. So at this point of time, it is very important for you to start with the revision of each and every subject that you are having in CLAT examination. So these are the five compulsory things that you have to do for the next 100 days. That is your newspaper reading, which is include both. And then you have the quant. You have to practice a lot of quant questions. And then you are having the practice sheets, mock and analysis. And the fifth point is revision, which is very important. You should have a thorough revision every day, mainly of the current affair and all the concepts that you have. Next slide. Now coming to the first section that you have, that is the reading comprehension. So guys, still you have time to improve your vocabulary and grammar. And don't assume that if you don't have a good vocabulary or grammar, you would be having a good score in current affair. So sorry, in reading comprehension. So you have to, even if you're using the word power made easy or any book whichever you are referring, try and make it a point that all the vocabs from A to Z, you just revise it once more in this 100 days. So in the 100 days, it is very easy to revise A to Z all the vocabulary. Even if it is, we are not asking you to memorize all the vocab. You don't need to memorize the vocabs. Okay, at the max, you will be getting one or two questions that what is the meaning of the word this, or which is the synonym, which is the antonym. That is the max question that would come one or two, and that you can do if you have a good practice or good revision over your vocabulary. But you should, at least in the next 100 days, you should be making it a point that you should revise all the vocabs that you have in the word power made easy or any vocab book that you were following, and also the grammar part. So it is important that you are having a good control over grammar. Give some time in a week for practicing something related to preposition or anything that you want, but make it a point in a week, if you give some time for practicing grammar, that is good. Coming to the most important thing for reading comprehension, that you have no, it is a not a direction, it is not, it is a mandatory thing that you have to do, that is the grand master box. It is very important, guys, that you complete the grand master box as soon as possible of CLAT of the last year, that is CLAT for the, which was made for CLAT 2022. So if you had practiced the one for 2020, it is good. If you have practiced it from 2021, that is also very good. But even if you have not practiced it from 2020, 2021, at least you should be ready with Grand Master Box 2022 before your CLAT examination. So this is very important. And then you have the lighting dream synopsis. So if you have done with the, if you are done with the synopsis, that's good. If you are not done with the synopsis, make a schedule accordingly, make a target that within this many days I will be completing my GMB, and within this many days I will be completing the synopsis. And then you have to merge both of them, and according to your schedule you have to complete these two things because they are very important, and you have to make it a point that before your CLAT examination these two are at least done. The third is the banker's adda. So this is for those people who still feel that their reading comprehension is not good, or this is for those people who, after analyzing the mock, come to the conclusion that I still need to improve my reading comprehension. In this, you can practice banker's adda. That is a very good source. You can practice the questions from banker's adda. You have PO, RRB, and every questions you will be finding there. So you can give some time in your schedule to this banker's adda. And then is the last year paper. So you should be thorough with the CLAT 2020, CLAT 2021, and CLAT 2022 paper. At this point of time, you don't have to sit and give the complete CLAT 2020, 2021, 2022 paper individually. So if tomorrow 14th I am giving English of the CLAT 2020, then next day I will be giving 2021 English and then 2022 English. But you have to make it a point that you go through all the last year paper individually, not a complete. You don't have to sit and give it in the form of a mock. You just have to, whenever you are in the schedule, you are having, for example, English, so sit and practice the last year paper of CLAT 2020. So this is the thing that you have to do in reading comprehension. Make it a point that your vocab is good. Have a good control over your grammar. Grandmaster box and synopsis you have to complete. So GMB and synopsis has to be completed, guys. Even if you are not, if you are not having a good command over reading comprehension, you can practice banker setup and then the last year paper. So in your schedule, include the last year paper within this 100 days. This is not anything that you have to do tomorrow itself. This is for the next 100 days that you have to sit and complete the 3 last year paper for your reading comprehension. So I hope this slide and this reading comprehension is clear. If you have any doubts on reading comprehension, you can ask here itself. So in this way, we will be completing one section and then we will go to the other section. It would be helpful for you. So let me know if the reading comprehension section is clear. Okay. How to identify weak areas in mock while analyzing, that we will discuss Samarth when we will be taking up the mock section. How to grade the grandmaster box and synopsis. So both of them are in the drive. Okay, with the when you will, yeah, both of them are in the drive. When you will be searching the drives, there you will be having a separate section of in the legal section you will be finding the GMP, and there is a separate section that is your synopsis, lightning team synopsis. There you will be getting the synopsis in that drive. Word power made easy. So what the word power made easy? There are the vocabs at the end of the book. So it is a not a very thick book. It is a thin book. At the end, you will be finding the vocabs. So in the vocabs, all the vocabs, just make it a point. You don't have to mug up the vocab at this point of time, but you should just know that what is the meaning of this particular word. So that if see what is the reason for vocab, you will be getting only one or two, you will be getting only one or two question for vocab. What is the synonym of this or what is the antonym of this in your CLAT examination? Why vocab is important? Because unless and until you have a very good command over vocab, you would not be able to infer from the passage. So if there is a sentence, a big sentence of 4 to 5 lines, and there are some tough words are there which you are not able to understand, as a result of which it would be affecting your answers. So when if that particular parts comes in the questions, you will not be able to understand that which of the following would be the correct answer. Okay, the Google Drive link is in the description summary. In the description itself, the group description, you are having the Google Drive link. Open it and you will be getting all the materials. What should be the ideal marks in English in mocks? So ideal marks in English, if you are having 29 questions in English, that is the common number of questions that you have in English. So in out of 29, yeah, out of 29, you should be having at least around 23, 24, yeah, around 20 to 23, 24, because English is very easy for CLAT and it does not is such tough like logical or logical section or something. So you can get easily 24, 25. So make a target of getting 24, 25. If you're getting around less than 20, so you have to practice some part of the banker setup. Okay,
Sir,
some
can you switch on our mic? Excuse me,
at the
sir.
end we can discuss it by switching on the mic. Okay.
Sir, I was having a question. My chat box isn't working, so I thought I can
Okay,
ask it
sure.
over.
Yeah, yeah, Harsh, please.
So the question was, how can we increase our comprehension and speed in English section at the same time? And the second question is, sir, is sub-vocalization is it a problem? Sub-vocalization.
Okay. So answering to the first question that you have is that how to improve the comprehensive power. So that comes the newspaper. So if you remember the first slide that we discussed, there I told you that reading the newspaper is very important. Now, when you are reading the newspaper, at the time of reading the newspaper, your reading speed and your inference power develops. Okay, so it is the newspaper, the different articles that we shared in the group. This all helps you. The newspaper that you read, the editorials, that now the Hindu is having text and context part also. If you have seen, guys, that the Hindu is having the text and context part also. So when you are reading these things, you try to infer from what is given in the passage, what the author is assuming in the passage. When you try to infer this, it at the end the result is that your comprehensive power is improved. The way you inferred from the passage is improved at the end. So what I was telling, so it is 24 to 25. Around 24 to 25, you should be having a target of getting in English section, because it is easy to get 24 to 25 in English section, even in the mocks and even in the Clat paper. It might be changed in the Clat paper depending upon the passages, types of passages. But guys, based on the last year paper, make sure that you practice long passages for English. So the thing is that even if you get a short passage, that is not going to hamper your time management. But if you get a long passages, and if you have prepared a short passage, if you have made your preparation on short passages, then it would affect your time management in your Clat paper. So try to practice a mix of both. It could be a 300-word passage, it could be a 400-word passage, 450 even. But make it a point that you practice a mix of both. Don't prefer only small passages or medium passages in English, because the Clat 2022 paper, if you have seen, the passages were very long in the Clat 2022 paper in English section. I am talking about the English section. So make it a point that you practice long passages for English section. So this is all about the reading comprehension. Now coming to the next slide. Right now I am participating in giving marks. How can I deal it since last two physics happening? Okay, so for the mocks question, we will be taking it when we will be having the slide on mocks. Rohini, don't worry. We are having a separate slide on mock. So we will be taking that. We will be taking this question that time. So next slide, Kanish. Okay. Now coming to the logical reasoning. First and the foremost thing for logical reasoning is, at this point of time, guys, I hope and I assume that you are aware of what is assumption, what is conclusion, what is inference, what is the, and everything that comes under the logical section. Even if you're not aware of these things, you can go to the YouTube channel and search videos. uh, I will take it, don't worry. You can search the videos and make it a point that your themes, like what is the assumption of the author, okay, what is the conclusion of the author, which of the following is true according to the author, which of the following is false according to the author, which of the following is not, which of the following cannot be inferred from the passage, yeah, the premise, the conclusion. So these are the basic concepts. Until and unless you are having a good command over these basic concepts, you cannot solve the logical passages. So make it, matlab, just be sure that you are having a good command of this passage, of this top concepts, like all the things that we discuss. Even if you don't have, you can still practice it from the GMAT and LSAT. And even if you have to continue the GMAT and LSAT questions. It is very important to practice the GMAT and LSAT question, although they are not paragraph based reasoning that you get in Clat examination, the similar to it, even if they are small passages, but they help you a lot to make your concept clear. And I feel personally that for the logical, till the end, till the matlab, when you are having around 15 to 20 days for Clat, till that point of time you can improve your concepts in logical section, unlike the English or unlike something else. Even if till you have the 20 days, 15 days for Clat, till that time you can improve your concept in logical by practicing the GMAT and LSAT sections, LSAT questions. So you can directly search on the Google the GMAT and LSAT questions and practice them. That would help you a lot, guys, for improving your concepts for the logical section. So the same thing comes in a big paragraph and you get a 5 question on it. There is nothing new change has to be made there. So if this concept is clear, would be very easy for you to solve those passages. And again, the grandmaster box, as already I've told you, you have to, even if you're not able to complete 2020, 2021, start from 2022. If you are able to complete 2022, then you can go for 2021, then 2020. Okay, but make it a point that at least you should be done with 2022, and hope the 3 GMB you can find it from the drive itself. All the 3 GMBs are in the drive, Kasturi. So hope that you will be getting this year GMB for Clat 2023 GMB also you will be getting, I guess, in the next month itself. But till that, make it a point that you complete the grandmaster box of the logical section, reading comprehension section. You will be finding it in the drive link in the description. analytical reasoning. So it has been a concept developed in our mind that Clat had not asked analytical reasoning from the last 2 years, and it is not going to ask in Clat 2023. Don't assume this, guys. Just in a week, if you sit and practice for some time the blood relation or the sitting arrangement or directions, clock, anything, especially the thing like the sitting arrangement and blood relation, directions, and spacing, these four are very important thing. Don't assume completely that Clat will not ask analytical reasoning. The chances are very less. It is only in the complete section of the critical reasoning you are having only 2% to 2.5% of having an analytical reasoning question. But even if you are getting one question on analytical reasoning or two questions, and if you're not able to solve it, so 2 marks will make a big difference in your rank. So even in 10 days, 15 days, you can sit and practice once the blood reasoning, sitting arrangement, or directions, such questions that might be asked. It might be asked, the chances are very less, but you should not leave it completely. Okay, because Clat is very uncertain. We all know those who have given Clat 2022 already, and those who are going to give Clat 2023 for the first time, make it very clear in your mind that Clat is very uncertain question. It's having a very uncertain question paper. It can ask you any random question which you have not even imagined. Even we as a mentor have not imagined. So practice analytical reasoning. And again, the last year paper is very important, guys. You have to practice the 3 year paper, 2020, 2021, 2022. So why I am telling in every slide to practice the last year paper is because when you practice the last year paper, when you practice the last year paper of 2020, 2021, 2022, you get an idea of what type of question can be asked. So there are two benefits. The first benefit is you get an idea of what type of question can be asked by Clat. Definitely every year it is changing, but something is common. And the second thing is you are having more 5 passages on your board to practice. So the first slide, remember, practice seat. It is very important to practice in the next 100 days a lot of question. The more number of time you give for reading and practice, the more number of score you are going to get in Clat final D-Day paper. So your reading, your inference power plus your practice would result in a very good score. This is the concept of Clat. That is your reading speed with understanding power, your inference drawing power, and your practice. How much and how many passages, questions you are practicing results in your mock and your score in the mock and finally your Clat. So this is the logical thing, basic concept. Be very clear because after 20 to 25 days, guys, you are not going to get the time of understanding basic concepts. कि अच्छा assumption क्या था, मैं तो भूल गया assumption क्या था, conclusion क्या था, premise क्या था, author क्या बोलना चाहता है. These things after 20 to 25 days, you will not be getting time for all this. The preparation would be at its peak. Grandmaster box is very important. You have to at least do 2022. If possible, go for 2021, 2020. Try to solve at least minimum number of GMAT and LSAT questions alternate day basis or a daily basis. So whatever is your schedule, all of you must be having your personal and individual schedule. So I cannot suggest anything very strict here. But the thing is, if you are having logical section daily, so you should practice daily LSAT or GMAT questions, some minimum. If you're having GMAT logical on alternative day basis, then you should practice GMATs and LSAT question on alternative day basis when you are practicing GMB, analytical reasoning, or anything for your logical reasoning. Okay, so that is from my side. Now the floor is open for you to have anything from for the logical reasoning, only for logical reasoning. First question was from which book to solve GMAT and LSAT questions. So there is a book itself in the drive in the logical section, Kasturi. Either you can practice it from there. If you directly go on the Google and enter it there, GMAT question up to 600 and 700 level is preferred for a Clat. You can practice it from there. Or if you want any book, you can go. There is a PDF of the book in the drive itself. No need to buy book at this point of time. It is of no use also after your Clat examination. And if you go on the Google, you will be getting lots of questions are there. Could you send the drive again in the group to access? The drive link is in the description. Samar not Rohini, sorry. It is Rohini. The drive link is in the description. So search in the description of the group. You will be getting the drive link. You will be getting lot of n number of material for every section and every mocks. You will be getting lots of previous year mocks, previous year papers. Okay. Then you have score is stagnant at 10 to 12, not increasing. Should I revisit the concept again or practice more and more? Yeah. So we are having around 30 questions in logical and 10 to 12. Yeah. So Samarth, what you have to do is first three things you have to do. Okay, for your improving your score. First is your inference power. Read a lot, bro. You have to read a lot of things. Not it now. You have to not limit yourself to the editorial of Hindu and the explained part of Indian Express. Read the articles that we share, live law articles that we share, or even if you go on Indian Express website on the Google or anything, whether it is scroll, whether it is wire, whether it is live law, you have to read and see. While you are reading, it is not important to complete an editorial in 5 minutes. What is important is that you have to infer the editorial. So when you're reading an editorial, so for today's today's example, we are having a article on G20 in Hindu. So when you're reading that particular article, you have to think in your mind that what could have been the assumption of the author while writing the editorial. So if anyone have read the article, I am telling that what is the assumption. The assumption of the author in the G20 article that is there in the Hindu is that India is going to host G20 meeting. India India should have a very clear stand that what will be my domestic priorities, what will be my international priorities, how I will differentiate between the two, and what all things has to be discussed in the upcoming G20 meet when India will be the chair. So whether it is economic thing, whether it is Russia and Ukraine crisis, whether it is Russia and China close relation. That was the assumption of the author in writing that particular article. So this was just an example that I gave you. So when you are reading any article or editorial, you should assume, you should think that, acha, what is the conclusion? What is the assumption? What is the premise? What is why the author has written this article? When you will be understanding these things automatically, and definitely you will be improving your logical section. GMAT and LSAT is very important for you. That is both of you. I now I feel consistently, but when I analyze, right, but due to negative marking, okay. So Rohini and Samar, for both of you, GMAT is very important because, as already said, that GMAT is not a paragraph-based reasoning. You will not be getting a long paragraph like you get in Clat. But what is GMAT making? That your concepts are made clear, and just you can search a video on or YouTube also. You will be getting a very good video on assumption conclusion. If you don't get, just message me. I will be sharing with you. There is a very good video on the YouTube channel on what is assumption, what is conclusion. Okay. So it's still. So what is the thing, Rohini? I'm practicing on super still. What is the thing for now for you is try a different pattern. Try think three things. That is your paper reading, article reading, understanding the thing is very important. Then practicing GMAT and LSAT, and then going for other practice questions. Okay, go for other practice question from Grandmaster Box or any other PPP or whichever you have. Logical reasoning, so you can go for the legal age videos. That is the best. Nowhere else you have to search for it. Just go for legal age logical section. That is the best part. You will be getting all the logical concepts. Okay. Yeah. Next slide. Now coming to the most important and the most. So this is the section from which for which you have to prepare a lot. You have to give the maximum time in your whole day, and then you get a very thoda sa marks when you appear in the mock. Yeah. So you have to prepare the whole day. If you are preparing for 10 hours for Clat, I assume that you are preparing 10 hours for Clat now because it's only 100 days. Now, if you are preparing 10 hours for Clat, you have to give around 2 to 3 hours for the current affairs section daily, and then you get a Thorusa marks in the current affairs section when you are having the mock, and the same will be in the Clat paper itself, guys. But still, we have to do. We cannot leave the current affairs section separately because without current affair, every section is important. Every section plays a role in your Clat examination rank and your NLU. Make it a point. Even the quant section, which is very important, as I told in the beginning of the session. So for daily, beside newspaper, what can I do? Like you are having scroll, you are having wire, you can have legally speaking. I repeat, you are having scroll, you are having wire, you are having legally speaking. Then you have live law or bar and bench. Any of the two, either live law, bar and bench. Don't go for live law because whatever live law important article are there, I share it in the group. So you don't have to go for you because in live law daily the judgment of Supreme Court and High Court all are updated. So you don't need to that now because you're a law aspirant. Once you will be law student, you have to read them. So I will be sharing. We are daily we are sharing it. Now for the reading, you can go for wires and scroll. Should I use just yeah, yes, yeah, I will be coming on that. So current affair now we are starting. Let me first complete from my end, then you can put your question for current affair section. Okay. First point that I have mentioned, guys, is revision. I could have started that from where to prepare. है ना? But I have mentioned first the revision part. The thing is that you had made a lot of notes from the month of March to November. Okay, that you can see the duration for Clat 2023 is very important. That is March to November. Nothing before this, nothing after this will be coming in your paper. Be assured from our side. But I am giving you example. Citizenship Amendment Bill. So, if anyone can tell me, are we having any hearing in the Supreme Court now related to Citizenship Amendment Bill? Kinjala, Ankit, where are my heroes today? Kinjala, Ankit, Aviraj. Yes. Okay. So as of now, we are having a hearing in the Supreme Court related to the Citizenship Amendment Bill. We had once, and then we'll be having very soon in the next month. Now you will be getting a question on the Citizenship Amendment Bill. You will be telling that the mentor has told, Lighting Dreams has told, or Bhaiya has told that it will be March to November. Citizenship Amendment Bill to 2019 का. No, guys. Current affair is something. What is current affair is what is going on. You have to take that into consideration, and then you have to relate it from the previous thing. So, Citizenship Amendment Bill, if we take the example, as of now, the hearing is going on in the Supreme Court. You will get a direct passage. The Supreme Court on Monday directed the central government to file its affidavit in the Citizenship Amendment Bill passed in the year 2019. Question number 1. From which of the following country the non the minority population has been invited under the Citizenship Amendment Act? Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, and one other example. So, as of now, that is the month of September, you are having only the hearing in the Supreme Court, but it is related with it is related for 2019 and 20. This is current affair. Now you have to connect the dot from 2022 to till 2019. That अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हियरिंग हो रही है. कब ये एक्ट पास हुआ था? The act amends Citizenship Amendment Act. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 amends which act? Very good, Piyush. 1955. Very good. Guys, I was expecting more answers. इस तरह नहीं चलेगा. You have to be very 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 careful for current affairs. नहीं तो फिर हर साल की तरह you will come out of the examination hall and you will tell कि current affair गंदा गया. That time we will be you cannot do anything. So so you have to read everything related to Citizenship Amendment Act which has been there in the last 4 years, 19, 20, 21, 22. Supreme Court challenged. Supreme Court is hearing the petition. Supreme Court has notified the government to file its affidavit. Before this, everything related to citizenship you have to read. This is your current affair. Now also revision from the March to November, whatever notes you have prepared, whether or if you have not prepared notes, if you are having Manthan, if you are having Clat post, you have to revise every current affair from March. And if guys, this is a very big caveat मतलब होता है warning. If you don't start with the revision of current affair from now, it would never end before the date of Clat examination. So make it a point you start revising from the very beginning of your current affairs, from where you started preparing notes from, that is month of March. The second point, connect it with the fourth point, that is the duration March to November, and then you have notes and backlog. So if you don't have the notes from March month, you can use Manthan and Clat post. The monthly Manthan and the Clat post, that would suffice. If you are making notes today itself, you have to refer to Drishti IS, and then you can refer to any other article, any other source. But the most important is Drishti IS. It is very, very, very helpful because it not only connect you with the present happening, it connect you till the past of history even. So if the Citizenship Amendment topic come in Drishti IS, they will tell you what is the Citizenship Amendment Act 1955 also. Okay. So we kept it on sharing Piyush in the group. After every end of every month, we shared the month in the group. If you don't get, search very diligently in the group, bro, because we don't have so much time to search and share with you. But if you don't get, please reach out to us. We will be sharing it. But it is in the group, okay? Or you go, you can ask from Ankit. Ankit is having every material of light and weight. So you can also ask from Ankit. If you don't get, please reach out to us. But it is in the group. Yeah. So Manthan of every month, and then the Clat post. Clat post is in the drive. So can we refer to Clat post, Manthan, IS Vision if we start from now? So that is for the backlog. Kasturi, that is for the backlog. That is for the backlog. That is the best thing that you have to do, and that is the only thing you should do. Clat post, all the Clat posts are in the drive. Manthan is in the group, and IS Vision, and whichever you want, you can use. These two are compulsory. Now, if you are making notes, even September, October, November, you should be having the notes. You have to refer to Drishti IS, and then at the end of month you will be getting Clat post, so you can revise it from there. If you have missed any point, you can add it from there. Drishti IS is, and the weekly manthan that we share, keep on sharing in the group, is very important. So guys, थोड़ा सा एक्टिव रहो ग्रुप में, बिकॉज वी शेयर एवरी मटेरियल. यू जस्ट ओपन द ग्रुप और सबसे नीचे चल जाते हैं ताकि मैसेज का बैकलॉग नहीं रहे. डोंट डू दिस. So we share the weekly manthan for every 7 days manthan. We share the newspaper. We share current affair sets. So daily current affair sets. If you see the slide, the point mentioned daily current affair set. I know that most of you present in the meeting might not have solved. We have shared around 10 current affair sets in the group. 10 5 is the 50. Around 50 questions you are having in the group itself in the last 15 days. I know the person who are solving them, they are in touch with me, and those who are not solving, I know most of you are not solving. That is not a very, matlab, you should solve. That is my suggestion. I am not forcing you to solve, but it would help you, okay? Because when you will be solving them, you will be revising. If the current affairs sets are made some from somewhere which you can revise it. So even if you have not made a notes on that particular point, you can add it to your notes. So more than around 10 current affairs sets has been shared in the group in the last 15 days. खोजो उनको, प्रैक्टिस करो विद द आंसर्स इट हैज बीन शेयर्ड. जिसमें आंसर्स नहीं है, यू कैन आस्क फॉर द आंसर्स, बिकॉज इससे पहले भी वी आर हैविंग अ डिफरेंट क्राइटेरिया, बट नाउ वी आर शेयरिंग इट विद द आंसर. सो यूज देम गाइज, यूज द ग्रुप डिलीजेंटली. बहुत मटेरियल आता है ग्रुप में. डोंट डू दिस दैट ग्रुप खोल के सबसे नीचे चल जाते हैं, मैसेजेस का बैकलॉग करते हैं. योर कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर इज देयर इन द ग्रुप फॉर इन द केस आई हैव डॉट कैन आई डू समट डेफिनेटली. I would be happy to help you. Okay, my contact number is there. It's the with the name itself, Lighting Dreams. Okay. So revision is done. Start revising the current affair. The duration of the current affair is March to November. Notes, Drishti I has already told. Backlog, what Kasturi has mentioned in the chat box is correct. And then you have the daily current affair set that we share. The fifth, one, two, three, fourth, fifth. The fifth point is the daily current affair set that we share. That is that mentioned. Coming to the third point, guys, important topic. So Ankit, tell us, should we follow important topics for Clat after Clat 2021? Okay, no, Ankit, we should not. After Clat 2021, nothing is important topic for Clat. Everything is important. You better prepare for UPSC, guys. Clat current affair is everything. So you can get a question on citizenship amendment bill. Yeah, you can get a question on citizenship amendment bill. That is a very prominent topic. Everyone can, even today I am hoping that in the 2023 paper you will be having a passage, okay? But Clat will give you, guys, 29th August. Which day is celebrated? 29th August. Which day is celebrated? Google kar lo yaar itne der mein. Sports day. Very good. So Clat will not ask you citizenship amendment bill. Clat will ask you that sports day was celebrated on 26th August. Whether Dhyan Chand, what are the award, and that you are having what is his name? The person who got diamond, gold, and everything. The person who got diamond, gold, Neeraj Chopra. So you will be getting question on Neeraj Chopra and connect the dots as many as you want. So nothing is important. Although we share the important topics after every 15 days, now everyone will be asking where it is. That is also in the group itself, guys. That's why I told that use the group diligently. Although we share 15 after every 15 days a list of important topics, but that is also not sufficient. Even if you get another topic and you see, अच्छा ये topic तो इसमें नहीं है, मतलब ये नहीं आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. Any topic is important for Clat. So they can ask you what is World Water Day. They can ask you Citizenship Amendment Bill. They can ask you Russia Ukraine issue. They can ask you POSCO amendment is there. Special Marriage Act is there. New changes has been brought in Special Marriage Act. Cryptocurrency bill is there. Anything. It is a ocean. Current affair is an ocean. अब आप you will be telling that भैया ने डरा दिया, ऐसा नहीं है guys. See, my point of view is, my thinking is that क्लैट के निकलने के बाद इफ वी क्राई कि मेरा करंट अफेयर अच्छा नहीं गया, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग एनयू एन जीएनएलयू और एनएलयूजे और नालसार और एनीथिंग, उससे अच्छा है कि एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम गिव मोर एफर्ट. And anyway, I would be telling you at the end that why at this point of time a lot of effort is required from you. Okay. So current affair is an ocean, but guys, be assured that if you have a good control over current affair, getting out of 35, 28, 29, 30, if you get 28, 29, 30 in current affair itself, you will be getting Nalsar, bro. This is very clear concept. After CLAT 2021, the person who is getting around 28, 29 in CLAT paper itself will be getting Nalsar, provided he is having a control over good section. Now you are getting English 2 to 3, logical 5, legal 5, and then you will be telling that lighting teams has told, then don't come to us. So guys, jokes apart, already 40 minutes are over, but this all are very important at this point of time to understand. So current affair from my side is over. Now you can ask questions if you have. I feel I have covered everything. Daily mocks के लिए which site are good? Daily MCQs. Okay, daily MCQs. Daily MCQs. I don't think that for CLAT you get daily MCQs or something like that. Do we, Ankit, Kinla, Aviraj? Do we have? No. So we don't have daily current. But the MCQ we don't have. The max you can go is for general. That is general, not gktoday.com. So there you will be not be having passage based question. You for the LAD you get, that is Samarth. Yeah. For the you can have gktoday.com. You are having many bank for the banks, for the PPOs you are having, so you can use it. And that you made a very good point. Adda 24/7. Yeah, that you made a very good point, Rohini or whoever it was. That guys use gktoday.com. It is good, even if it is not paragraph based reasoning, but use it. It would help you. Okay, because what I saw in CLAT 2022, if Kinjla and everyone remember that there was a passage on Indian Space Research Organization, and it was not limited to a particular topic. What they did, they merged all the topic together. So Gaganyaan, yeah, one line at time. That is the thing. So GK today ko refer karo guys. Don't leave it. History of ISRO. So they merge everything. Yeah, they merge. Matlab Gaganyaan mission, Mangalyaan mission, and everything they merge in one passage itself. So that is very uncertain. Leave it. Not going on all that point. We will discuss that on. Okay. There was a question on YouTube channel. आराम से guys धीरे धीरे क्वेश्चन डालो. How many revisions should be done before CLAT 2023 of newspaper? Kasturi, I did not get your point. One line. Should we go for YouTube channel videos as well as for current affairs? Yeah, you can. So you can use. There is one very famous teacher, na Prashant Dhawan or something. He's having Prashant Dhawan or something. Sir is there. So you can use it, but that is more than enough. You don't need so much because he helps in preparing UPSC. Prashant Dhawan sir is there on YouTube and Study IQ is there and many more is there. So इतना टाइम है ही नहीं सब कर ले. That is the thing. You cannot do everything, guys. जो मैं बता रहा हूँ उस पर स्ट्रिक्ट करो. You will be getting NLU, दृष्टि IS, मंथन, Clat post. Max to max you can go for any of the other website. But this three are sufficient. इतना ही कर लेते हो यार तुम लोग बहुत है. Okay. Idle time should be given to current affairs. So on a daily basis, either on the daily basis you are asking Kasturi. Daily basis or for the mocks? For mocks. For mocks, I feel 10 to 12 minutes is more than enough, guys. 10 से 12 मिनट यूज भी मत करना. If you the moment you find that I am using more than 10 to 12 minutes for current affair, that is a wastage. You are hampering the other sections. Okay, I will be telling you the time for every section at the end. Okay, just remind me. Okay, That is current affair. Okay, भैया end में please give latest. अच्छा okay, Kinjala. Sure, don't worry. Everything will be done, guys. थोड़ा सा मेहनत लगेगा, but जब कुछ नहीं आता तब तो 5 मिनट में हो जाता. हाँ, that is also cool. That is 5 मिनट भी क्यों है? It will be done. ऐसे ही छोड़ दो, नहीं करना है. आता ही नहीं है. देखो, current affair is very clear, guys. Unlike your logical or English, where you have to read the things again and again and again and understand and infer. Current affair simple है. Citizenship Amendment Act I asked. 1955 answered Pius या whoever has answered. I remember Pius answered. So good. तो हो गया 1955 टिक किया 1 marks. नहीं आता है तो don't mark 1956. Otherwise you will be getting a rank of 10,956. Okay, and not even similar. I feel the number of NLUs has been will be increased by your time. It would be around 24, 25 already. That matlab on paper we are having 26 NLUs. When I gave Clat it was only 22. As of now on paper we are having 26 NLUs, but officially we are having around 24 is ready. But 17-18 के नीचे तो सोचना नहीं चाहिए. Anyways, that we will be discussing afterwards. That is another thing. Next slide, Kanish. Legal reasoning. So the most interesting thing, everything is legal in this world. है ना? If you know law, you can do anything. Power and law. If you are having one hand you are having power, and in the other hand you are having, you know, the law, you can do anything. So yeah, I come to know that the Clat aspirants and the law aspirants, when they are riding the bike, they tell the police wala that don't touch me, don't dare to touch me. I am a law aspirant. वो कल law student बनेगा कि नहीं पता नहीं, पर they are like I am a law aspirant, so don't touch me. Because थोड़ा knowledge जो होता है ना, कम knowledge वो ज़्यादा dangerous होता है. Concepts. Getting seriously, guys. Now. Concepts: torts, crime, constitution, and torts, crime, contract, and criminal. This four should be on your fingertips. Clat 2021 around 4 to 5. Correct me, Kinjala and Ankit, if I'm wrong. Contract 4 to 5, but 3 to 4 passages was asked in Clat 2021. Clat 2022 again 3. Clat 2022 again 2 or 3. 2 to 3 passages were asked on contract. I am specifically talking about contract. Crime 1 passages and 1 passages. Tort 2 passages. Special Marriage Act, Hindu Marriage Act. You were having 2 passages in 2021 related to the Hindu Marriage Act, and I feel 1 passage or zero, either it was 1 passage or no passage, but there were 2 passages in Clat 2021. What is the conclusion of this statement? That tort, constitution, crime, and contract should be on your fingertips. Be assured you will be getting a passage on this topics. Okay, and then max you will be getting 1 or 2 passage on the recent current development. So I told you the legal, the recent the Supreme Court has rejected the claim for the Special Marriage Act 1956 or 1955, whichever is the year. So there is a very good article in the Hindu. I will share it with you if you have not read. I assume that you must have read because it was in the text and context area. If you have not read, I will be sharing it. You will be getting the same passage in your legal section, and you will be have questions on that passage. So 1 or 2 passages will be your on the recent legal development that is going on in the country, and then you will be having the concept of tort, constitution, contract, crime. Gyan Vapi mocks will, that is the thing, Piyush. Gyan Vapi mocks masjid case is not going to come in Clat, guys. No political thing. Never think of reading even political articles. Narendra Modi went to this place. Rahul Gandhi Bharat Jodo Yatra. Sorry, Bharat Jodo Yatra. Nothing is going to help. Adoption law, right to worship, very good. Legal, इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि now law students are telling police वाला that don't dare to touch me because you are reading lot of law. Abortion law, very good. Queen, leave it. uh, Abortion law is very important. Places of worship act, very important. Places of worship act is important. So you can get it a question connecting with ज्ञान वापी marks. Directly you will not be getting कि ज्ञान वापी marks में क्या issue है. Okay, you will be getting a question related to Gyan Vapi marks. Yesterday was a very landmark judgment came in history of India. Okay, you must be aware of the judgment. So there the places of worship act has been used, guys. There the places of worship act has been used, so it becomes important. ज्ञान व्यापी में जो इशू है कि क्या है वो है ये, दैट इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. शिवलिंग है कि क्या है, दैट इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. What is important is the places of worship act. Abortion law is very very okay. So one or two passages will be from the latest legal development that has happened in the country, and then the four passages will be with your tort, constitution, contract, crime. I missed one question. बीच में क्वेश्चन मत डाला करो यार, भूल जाता हूँ. Which channels to go for concept of topic? अरे guys, Kasturi, you are having lighting trips. टॉर्ट्स का क्लासेस ले चुका हूँ, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले चुका हूँ, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ले चुका हूँ, क्राइम भी ले चुका हूँ. इट हैज नॉट बीन अपलोडेड. So I have to delegate the responsibility to someone to upload the videos of crime also before Clat. I am telling before Clat, not today or tomorrow. Torts is there on Lighting Dream YouTube channel. Kasturi, Constitution is there. Crime is there. Yes, is on Lighting Dream channel itself. Yeah. Previous year paper, very important. So you have to practice the previous year paper. Same comes the Grandmaster box 2022 तो करना ही पड़ेगा. Synopsis in the drive itself. Legal seats, guys, there are n number of legal seats in the legal section of the drive. Practice them. It is of various coachings and everywhere. A lot of legal seats are there in the drive. Practice them, but before that complete the Grandmaster box and synopsis. यही complete करने में क्लैट आ जाएगा. I know very well कि ग्रैंड मास्टर बॉक्स और साइनोसिस कंप्लीट करने में ही यू विल बी हैविंग द क्लैट एग्जामिनेशन. बट the sixth point that you see in the slide, that is suggestion. Why I have put that point, guys? It is very easy to get a good score in legal section, provided that you have a very good command over the first four issue and the recent development, legal development. Second point to the suggestion is stick to the passage. In the passage, if it is given that Article 19 clause 1A talks about right to life, that is a wrong statement. What is the right statement? Anyone? Which article talks about right to life? ये तो बता देना, नहीं तो बहुत hit हो गया जी. 21. So if in the passage, guys, if it is given that Article 19 clause 1A talks about right to life and 21 talks about freedom of speech and expression, assume that is the correct position of law and solve the passage accordingly. वहां मत दिमाग लगाने जाना कि एक्सक्यूज मी इनविजिलेटर सर, दिस इज रॉन्ग. This was just an example. Same is for the contract crime, whatever it is. If you have read if you have in the Lighting Dreams classes, when we had the Lighting Dream crime sessions, if I have told you in the session, I have told you the correct point, don't worry. If I have told you in the session that intention is important to commit murder, but if in the question paper the passage states that intention is not important to commit murder, solve the passage according to it. The conclusion is that you have to stick to the passage. Don't dare to apply your mind there. Whatever is given in the passage, guys, apply that facts, and I challenge you that all 5 out of 5 questions will be correct. So even today, if the students are sending us, the aspirants are sending us the legal passages and the questions, we are very मतलब कॉन्फिडेंट कि हाँ यही सही आंसर होगा एक ही बार में. ए मतलब ए, अगर आंसर में नहीं दिया ना, वी विल चेंज इट. You should have this thing. You should be so much confident in legal section, guys. It is very very easy to get a good score in legal section. 35 में 32. I'm telling you, 35 में 32 people have got, who those who are studying in नासार, GNLU और ऊपर जो भी है बीच में कोलकाता and everything, whatever it is. I have a good command over legal section, guys, which is very easy to get a good score in. From my side, done. Questions? If you have any question for the legal section, channels already I have suggested. Sit and watch the videos on 1.5 speed, but watch it. It's very important to have a command over these concepts. No question? सबका लीगल लगता है बहुत अच्छा है. रिमेम्बरिंग दोज वैक्सीन आर इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं. अब डायमंड साइन है, इंजूरिया साइन है, डायमंड तो इज वेरी इजी टू रिमेम्बर. लैटिन नेम्स नो, नथिंग ये सब याद रखना ही नहीं, कुछ नहीं. लैटिन नेम्स, मैक्सिम्स, नथिंग. Whatever is given in the passage, use that. That would answer all your question. Fine. So tort, constitution, contract, crime, previous year paper, grandmaster box, synopsis, legal seats, and the suggestions that I have given you. Next slide, Kanishk. Okay, I can't understand legal language if there is a new passage. So that thing is Harsha, sorry Harsh, not Harsha, Harsh. Uh, a new topic is there. It might be possible that whatever you are reading, okay, whatever you are reading is something new. देखो guys, यही प्रॉब्लम है लीगल सेक्शन में. व्हाट आई मतलब आई एम गेटिंग फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट्स कि आई हैव रेड थॉट, आई हैव रेड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आई हैव रेड क्राइम, बट द क्वेश्चन वाज फ्रॉम डाइवोर्स सेक्शन 13 ऑफ द. अरे नो इशू समवेयर, नो इशू. यू आर अटेंडिंग द सेशन, दैट इज मोर देन मोर. आई एम हैप्पी फॉर दैट इटसेल्फ. एक मिनट में चल जाओ, 2 मिनट में चल जाओ, या फिर पूरा सेशन करके जाओ. Because always remember, you can even see the lighting dreams Instagram channel. Results वही 10 लोग ही लेके आते हैं. I know, not the every 500 aspirants those who are in the group. I know that only 10 people will be giving me the results. Leave it. What I was telling, guys, remind me.
Oh, sir, it was legal language.
Okay. So I read tort, I read contract, I read crime. Question आ गया divorce. So section 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act talks about divorce and everything and everything. ये तो सर हम लॉ स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, वो भी जीएनएलयू में थर्ड ईयर में पढ़ते हैं. सर ये तो आ गया था, बताओ मैं कैसे सॉल्व करता. गाइस, दैट क्वेश्चन इज फॉर एवरीवन. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. So if the 13 people of you, those who are in the meeting, is giving the CLAT examination tomorrow, example, it is for everyone. It is new concept for everyone. So even Kasturi might stuck between two questions, Samarth might stuck between two questions, or Harshita might stuck between two questions. Anyone can stuck between two questions because it is a new passage for everyone. Here comes your inference power. That reading the passage at the moment with a speed and understanding it would result in a good question result. That is out of 5. If you are solving 3 questions, that is okay, fine, done. Naya passage tha. What I have experienced from the last 2 years, this is the thing that you raised a very valid point कि नया पैसेज था सर. डाइवोर्स तो हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं था. डाइवोर्स तो थर्ड ईयर में पढ़ाते हैं सर जीएनएलयू में. डाइवोर्स तो नालसा में पढ़ाते ही है फोर्थ ईयर में फैमिली लॉ में. हाउ वुड बी अटेम्प्टेड? नेवर गाइस. यू, द थिंग इज इट इज फॉर एवरीवन. उसी में से कोई दो नंबर भी अगर 5 में से इफ एनीवन इज गेटिंग आउट ऑफ 5 2, he is getting Nalsar, you will be getting GNLU. He is getting GNLU, he will be getting Bhopal. He is getting Bhopal, you are getting RGNLU. Well, whatever it is. So read it very carefully, guys. For logical and English section, I tell you that you have to read the questions very carefully. Even if you have not read the passage very carefully, with the questions you can solve the passage for logical and English. But for legal, you have to read the passage very carefully. Once you know what is given in the passage, there are 5 questions. You are the future judge, the lawyers. You will be sitting in the Nanavati and the biggest law firm of India, AZP, Khetan, and everything, whatever it is. Tomorrow you are going to be Kapil Sibal. Tomorrow you are going to be Chief Justice of any of the High Court. So the moment you understand what is given in the passage, it is done. So reading the passage is very important in legal section, unlike unlike logical and English, where you have to read the questions very carefully. Done. एक और क्वेश्चन था. Getting stuck in two yes types question, I mostly end up marking the wrong one. This is common thing, Piyush, and this is not only for you. ये क्वेश्चन जब तुमने डाला ना, तो जब ये क्वेश्चन तुमने डाला तो ये क्वेश्चन देख के सारे लोग खुश हो गए. अच्छा हाँ, ये तो मेरा भी डाउट है. कोई पूछ नहीं रहा था, मुझे पता है. आई वॉज वेटिंग फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. हाँ देखो अब आएगा, है ना गाइस. नो सॉल्यूशन. यू विल बी टेलिंग अरे यार ये मेंटर क्या बोल रहा है, सॉल्यूशन नहीं. सॉल्यूशन, ओनली सॉल्यूशन इज प्रैक्टिस. 100 days if you practice 500 questions, 500 passages नहीं बोले मैंने. If you practice 500 questions in the next 100 days, so just have a graph that आज 13th को मेरा क्या status था legal का, and when I kept on practicing GMB, synopsis, practice sets, marathon, guys, lots of marathon are organized by different coachings. 200, 500, 1000, जो भी ले, guys, give it and enroll yourself in all the marathon. Just see the standard of the coaching. Don't go for any of the coaching. but no comment here. But just maintain that, but just see that you participate in every marathon, especially of legal age, career launcher, and then you have okay, not the third one, legal age and career launcher. You have to enroll in the marathon if you're not a student of legal age. Most of you are having the legal age enrollment ID, so you will be getting the marathon free. Those who are not legal age student, guys, upcoming बस अब दो कुछ ही दिनों में 20 दिन 30 days they will be starting n number of marathon, and then they have n number of marathon already on the YouTube channel. So that is the thing, guys. What I am telling you people is that there are lots of material. Lighting dream में इतना material है कि if you sit for 1 year you will not be able to complete it for class. But there are, you have to demarcate that कौन सा material important. So legal, for legal you can even, I got a very good thing in my mind. Legal, you can practice the questions even from the marathon which legal has conducted in the last 2 years. That is also very good. My voice is not breaking, I hope. Ankit, Aviraj, anyone? No, no, because there was a network issue. Okay, all good. So that you can also practice from the marathon. So that is a solution. Who was that? I forget the name, guys. क्या नाम है? Samarth. So you cannot. There is no one solution for this. You have, after practicing lots of question, CLAT के दिन आते आते you will be done. अगर उस दिन तक भी नहीं हो पाएगा तब तो फिर छोड़ो. Quantitative technique, quantitative aptitude. The name itself suggesting as aptitude. You are a law student, है ना? You should have the best aptitude in the world. So quant बनाना क्या दिक्कत है, guys? Why you people don't work on quant? I don't understand. Except some who are getting 11, 12 in the quant. Please, guys, it is a request from my side personally that work hard on your quant section. It would be very helpful. कल क्लैट का रिजल्ट आएगा ना, यू वुड बी द फर्स्ट पर्सन टू टेल मी कि भैया मेरे क्लैट में 10 नंबर आए इसलिए मुझे ना सर मिल रहा है. और आपने उस सेशन में बोला था, वो सेशन मेरे को याद नहीं रहेगा, पर इस सेशन में मैंने बोला था ऐसा. क्योंकि एवरी सेशन आई रिपीट एवरी टाइम अंकित एंड किंजला कस्तूरी अविराज whoever is there, that every time I keep on repeating that quant is very important. पर फिर भी बच्चे क्लैट में क्यों quant नहीं अटेंड करके आते हैं मुझे समझ नहीं आता है. And Harsh, I don't accept that excuse that it is very sorry Samar, that is quant is really time taking. No bro, you, out of 15 question ना 10 questions are very small. वो जो 5 क्वेश्चन होते हैं ना, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट कि वो 5 क्वेश्चन कौन से है विच इज लॉन्ग और टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. Don't attempt it, huh? Yeah, that is, some passages are very large. I am giving you the freedom to not attempt it. The moment you are getting 10 in quant, it's done. अब ये नहीं कि 12 आ रहे हैं तो 10 बना के आना. Don't do that. But guys, 15 minutes and how too much I ever usually get a score. Okay, 15 minutes. ठीक है, we will do an experiment. You can keep it for 20 minutes. Try 20 minutes. This is one experiment for 15 days. So 15 days में you would be giving around 8 marks, I suppose, and I assume, and you should. Math का speed. See, the speed is scored between 5 to 10. See, 10 you should be keeping a target of in CLAT D day around 10. तभी 7-8 आएंगे guys. अगर if you are keeping a target of 100 in the CLAT D day, you will be getting 80. 80 रखोगे तो 60 आएंगे, 60 आएंगे तो 40, 40 रखोगे तो 20, 20 तो रखना भी मत. So the first point is maths का speed बढ़ाना. See, two things is there. First, either you experiment with giving 5 minutes more to quant Kinjla, or what you can do is you can once again revise your concepts. It might be possible that because your concepts are not very cool, concepts क्या होने चाहिए, cool होने चाहिए थोड़े quant में, क्योंकि profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, guys, don't tell it to anyone, although it is a YouTube channel, but the recording is there. Some when I appeared, when I selected CLAT, I was the happiest person among all the 80,000. Before that, after my boards was over, I was the happiest person. Why, you know, कि math से पीछा छूट गया. Okay, but when I saw the syllabus of CLAT and oh shit man, again this math is there. So anyways, I got a good score in math, किसी तरह मिल गया. But the thing is that math is very important, and your concept of compound interest, simple interest, you should be having them on the fingertips. The formulas of profit and loss, compound interest, simple interest, ratio, proportion, whatever it is, time, distance, speed, anything. Don't send me math questions after this session, Aviraj. Don't send me math questions. So, so that is the thing. Kinjal. Either you can increase 5 minutes for your quant, or you can have a good, or you can have a good control over all your concepts. Once again, revise. And this is not only for Kinjal, for everyone, guys. You should have a very good control and revise your concepts once again in this 100 days. 100 days मतलब 30 दिन तो छोड़ दो उधर. वो जो पहले का 30 दिन होता है ना उस टाइम अभी जो पहली बार क्लैट दे रहे हैं उनको नहीं पता है. जो दे चुके हैं उनको पता है कि वो 30 दिन में कुछ नहीं होता है. तो revise your concepts, scores and importance already I have told you. Grandmaster box, guys, please complete. Don't practice logical grandmaster box, don't practice English, but complete the grandmaster box of quant. 5 में 1 सही हो रहे हैं, 2 सही हो रहे हैं. रो, you can cry even if you want. Okay, you can give all kind of slants to the grandmaster box, but complete it. It would help you a lot, guys. It would, at the end, when you will be come out of the CLAT examination, you will be finding that अगर CLAT में मेरे मैथ में अच्छे स्कोर्स है, I will be getting a good score. So please, because guys, why we are sitting here and explaining to you this all things is that because we have experienced these things. If I would have got more 3 or 2 number in my math section, I would have been in one of the another top NLU. Okay, so that is the thing. थोड़ा सा guys, please math पे ध्यान दो. Again and again I am repeating because there is some reason behind it. YouTube पे RRB, bank, PO, and every you are having lots of channel for the quantitative aptitude. Use it, guys. Use it and use it. You are having so many sources to practice for it. So, भैया legal age का recent mocks में quant section 4 passages आ रहा है. Will this pattern of clad? No, it will be 3 passages. They are giving it so that you can practice more. Next slide, Kanesh. Now you must be feeling bored. I know, है ना, guys? You must be feeling bored now with the session. It's already more than 1 hour now. भैया legal age. हाँ, so it will be 3 passages itself. Kasturi, it will be only 3 passages, not 4 passages. 15 questions would be there. Pattern अभी change नहीं होने वाला है. ठीक है. How is the Joes, guys? सारे लोग हाई. अच्छा हाई. Okay. Joes ठीक है सर. Everyone is हाँ. Okay, then it's fine. Otherwise I was thinking that you must be thinking 1 घंटा से ज़्यादा हो गया है and the session is on. थोड़ा सा और बस. Because every day we do not have sessions, we are also busy in our law schools and you are also busy in preparations. And if we organize session every day, you will also not be attending. So when if you are having, if I have got an opportunity of organizing a session, let's deal with everything that is important. Number of mocks in a week, 3 mocks. No tu no ma'am. That is the thing. Don't write anything in the chat box, guys. Give 3 mocks in a week. It would be very helpful. 2 mocks तो minimum है. Maximum नो डेली मॉक. 2 क्राइटेरिया है. पहला चीज है कि यू शुड गिव मिनिमम 2 मॉक्स. माई सजेशन इज 3 मॉक्स. एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज डोंट गिव मॉक्स ऑन डेली बेसिस. सो इफ यू फील दैट अच्छा मैंने 2 महीना में एक भी मॉक नहीं दिया है, अगले 100 दिन में 100 मॉक दे देता हूँ, डोंट डू दैट. इट वुड बी ऑफ नो यूज. इट वुड marks, your marks will decrease. Okay, so number of mocks is 3 mocks a week. 3 mocks a week. I told no two ma'am. Okay, 3 mocks a week. Class 12 students, I am sorry for you people, but you cannot do anything, guys. Once you will be in NLU, life will be set. Hope so. So number of mocks will be 3 mocks a week, guys. Try minimum 2 mocks. Give 3 mocks for the 12. Those who are having boards and those who are in class 12, they can go for 1 mock on Thursday, other on Sunday. That would be fine. But those who don't have schools and everything, those who are non-schooling, those who are warriors and anything you are, you have to give 3 mocks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday को भी दे देना if possible, but 3 mocks, guys, not daily mocks. Number of mocks is equivalent to analysis. Monday को mock, if you are giving a mock on Monday, you have to analyze it on Tuesday. Wednesday mock, Thursday analysis, Friday mock, Saturday analysis, Sunday would be your practice areas day and everything. Okay, थोड़ा सा rest you can take. Analysis is very important at this point of time. At this point of time, analysis is very important. You have to do a proper analysis of your mock. Guys, I have seen aspirants, and even one or two are is there also. They make a chart itself and they share it with me. So I'm not asking you to share it with me. I would not suggest you to share it with me. I would suggest, no, Ankit, I would suggest that you prepare an Excel sheet and check the graph कि इंग्लिश में कितना, how many attempts, right, incorrect, logical, number of attempt, correct, incorrect, total score of every mock. It would help you a lot, guys, in analyzing them. At this point of time, if you ask me how to analyze mock, it would be very bad. I am telling you. Okay, so I will be telling you how to analyze the mock, but this is very bad. So make an Excel sheet. No need to share with us. Keep it with you guys. But make an Excel sheet. Analyze that कहाँ if score is improving हो रहा है, decrease हो रहा है, constant रह रहा है, then it would be easier to accordingly plan your action. What plan of action you should follow? It would be easier for you from that Excel sheet. Analyzing में दो चीज होता है. पहला जो हमने गलती किया, we will be reading that questions, reading it from the explanation, done. Another thing is पूरा मॉक को फिर से एनालाइज करना. सो यू डोंट हैव टू रीड द कंप्लीट पैसेज अगेन, तो फिर तो 2 घंटा लग जाएगा. एंड ऐसे भी मॉक एनालिसिस में मेरे को लगता है 2 घंटा लगता ही होगा आप लोगों को. एनीवेज, you don't have to read the complete passage, because if you have given a mock on Sunday and if you are analyzing the mock on Tuesday, you will be remembering what was there in the passage. If you have missed some point, you can just glance through it. So read the passage. Even the correct questions, you have to read it once again and read the correct options, and the wrong one, so you have to read that why you marked option B and why the correct answer is D. Until and unless, guys, you are not able to understand this thing कि मैंने B मार्क किया है और सही आंसर C है, no use of analyzing the mock. You have to understand कि why I marked B and why the correct answer is D. सही तो सही है, ठीक है, टू का A होगा, आंसर में भी A दिया हुआ है, हाँ हाँ ये एक्सप्लेनेशन है. So you have to not read the passage again. You have to not read the passage again. You just have to glance through the passage, solve all the 5 questions again, which you have made right, which you have made wrong. This is the proper way of analysis of mock. And if you are giving around 70, 100 days, so if you give around 55 mock, if you give around 55 mock, and if you do this analysis, guys, it will help you a lot at the end. Try this. थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है इस एनालिसिस में, but try. I am not forcing you to do this, but try this. This would help you. What was the question? If not, for which? Go for legal age mocks are enough, but add a mock of carrier launcher. Okay? भैया कभी okay, okay, Kasturi, add the mock of carrier launcher. Okay, Samarth, I will be coming back to you. Weak plus strong area is Clat. That is a very common thing. You when you analyze the mock, you will be coming to know that अच्छा ये मेरा weak area है. My economic passage, I was not able to solve economic passage very frequently. So what I did, I started reading economic articles. I started reading economic times. I am suggesting you to read 2 newspaper, and you are messaging me after the sessions that 2 पेपर भैया नहीं पढ़ पाएंगे. Guys, we used to read. अगर मेरा इकोनॉमिक खराब था तो वी यूज टू रीड इकोनॉमिक टाइम. अगर मेरा लीगल सा टॉपिक खराब है तो आई विल बी रीडिंग लीगली स्पीकिंग. दिस डेज विल नेवर कम बैक. Remember my word. 13th September 2022 will never come back in your life. If you are taking a drop, you would be called a warrior. It would be coming back again. Again, you will be getting a time for clarification. But why to think about this? I would do this time itself. Even if I am warrior, I will do this time. Whether it is my first drop, second drop, whatever it is, I will do this time itself. So weak area, when I will recognizing this is my weak area. Okay, I am facing problem in economic passage. Logical में एक passage आया था related to निर्मला सीतारमन and budget. मुझे वो 5 में 2 गलत, सॉरी 5 में 2 सही हुए, 3 गलत हुए. I will read economic articles. I will read economic times articles, editorials. My strong area, मेरा तो ये strong area है. I will work hard on it and I will clear Clat. This is the formula. Importance, so I no need to explain you people what is the importance of mock and what is the importance of analysis. Your mock, your Clat, the D-Day paper that you get is it's another mock. Take it in this way. The Clat on the D-Day, the paper you will be getting, that will be on another mock that you give after every alternate day. This is the importance of mock and its analysis. Put your questions, guys, for mocks and frequency. भैया कभी कभी जो आंसर दिया हुआ है वो समझ नहीं आता, एंड इवन समटाइम्स आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द पैसेज, व्हाट टू डू इन बोथ द केसेस। आंसर जो दिया हुआ है वो समझ नहीं आया तो आस्क योर मेंटर, नॉट मी, योर कोचिंग फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर गिविंग द क्लैट पेपर। अगर इफ यू वांट यू कैन आस्क मी, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू डोंट आस्क मी, बट इफ यू वांट you can ask definitely, but the person who has set the questions and when you will be asking those faculty member, it would be easier for them to answer. If you send it to me, then पहले तो एक दिन बाद रिप्लाई आने वाला है, आई एम टेलिंग यू, ओके। एक दिन में तो रिप्लाई आ नहीं सकता है। एंड सेकंड थिंग इज दैट आई हैव टू रीड द पैसेज अगेन, द होल पैसेज, आई हैव टू रीड दैट क्वेश्चन, आई हैव टू एनालाइज इट, yeah, I have to analyze it and then I will be sending you the answer. So it would be better that you ask your faculty. If not possible, you can ask any of the admin of the Latin team, any of them, okay, they will be responding as soon as possible. Sometimes not able to understand the passage, not able to understand the passage, some are the same solution. Reading speed plus inference power is your understanding, okay. Read guys, read, I'm telling you, it will help you a lot at the end. अभी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, अभी तो मॉक दे रहा है, ठीक है, अभी अभी 75 आ रहा है मॉक में तो ठीक है, अगला में 80 आ जाएगा, अगला में 85 आ जाएगा, 90 आ रहा है, 100 आ जाएगा, वट एवर इट इज। You're not understanding the value of reading now. You will understand when you will be coming out of the clat paper after giving the clat examination. It would help you a lot guys, reading lot of article when you're going to sleep at 1 a.m. Open lightning dream, you will find 2 articles in a day that has been shared. Read those articles and sleep, that will be done. Just a request, Sunday 2 to 4 I was giving CL mock at my coaching center, so was lightning dream for this you DM, either you DM Karnesh or me. Answer key in the group, no, no answer key will be shared in the group bro, sorry. You DM to me or Karnesh, okay. How to avoid procrastinating, it's happening since 2 weeks. Okay, I will tell you a small story. A person is in studying, one of my friend is studying in Harsh, DM, okay. Harsh, whoever it is guys, please DM it because we are having a session. We can talk about this after the session. So I was telling to the question, one of my friends studying in NASA, he started giving mock with a score of 29 out of 150, okay, 29, he went 39, 49, 50, 69, 79, 79 के आगे बढ़ा ही नहीं. But what I want to tell here is, when he was having a score of around 49, 59, at that time he was thinking I am not going to give any more mock, because what is the use, I am giving a mock every time I am getting 49, 59, 49, 59, between 49 and 59. What is the use of giving mock, and it is demotivating me. This is a very wrong concept guys. Even if you are getting 20, keep on giving mock, don't leave giving mock guys, please. Mock is very 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 important. How many very you want you can add, but it's very important to give. Even if you're getting 50, 60, whatever you are getting, don't leave, don't get demotivated. अरे यार इस मॉक में 60 आया, अगर क्लैट में 60 आएगा पिछले बार के अकॉर्डिंग, तो मेरे को डोमिसाइल चाहिए, रिजर्वेशन चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, कोई फायदा नहीं सोच के. Instead of that, you sit and analyze the mock, work hard on your weak area, work hard on your weak area, and then go to the next mock. 5 mock, after 5 mock, definitely your score will improve. Even if you're not improving your score after this, please come to us. We will be giving you a different strategy of giving the mock or a different strategy for studying. But don't dare to leave mock. Till now I was very friendly with you people that acha ye karo wo karo whatever you want. But guys, please make sure, don't dare to. I'm telling you, don't dare to leave mock. It's very 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 important to give mock guys in your clat exam, for your clat examination. LET clat, I have not given LET, so it would be uh, best on my part not to comment anything about LET. We will keep another session with the person who is in NLU Delhi to take a session on LET. So Samarth, would be better if I don't give any comment on LET. Otherwise, if tomorrow if you do not clear LET, then the question will come on me. So anyway, that was on the lighter side. Don't take it seriously. But I am not aware of about LET and everything. So that is the thing. Do we have any more slides, Kanishk? I feel there is one more slide. Okay, miscellaneous suggestion. So Kinjala, your slide is come. Time of the mock 2 to 4 p.m. Don't give it 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 10 to 12. सुबह में 9 से 10 दे देते हैं, रात में सोने से पहले दे देते हैं, नहीं, ओनली एंड ओनली 10 to 12. Okay, now coming to motivation. Why do this 100 days matter? 100 days ही सब कुछ है मेरे लाइफ के लिए, है ना? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. See guys, when you prepare for something, you do a lot of hard work. We assume that you do hard work. Okay, you must be doing hard work. That's why you are in the session from the last 1.5 hours. When you do hard work, why do you do the hard work? Because you want that at the end you get some result. And even if your family members, your father, mother, sister, brother, and even we as a mentor, as a friend, not a mentor, we are just uh, 3 years in the third year of our law school. So as your friend, as your seniors, we also want that, yeah, अंकित ने बहुत मेहनत किया है, he should get NLU, any of the NLU. For this 100 days is very important. Preparation में कमी थी, you were not preparing with very confidence, with you are not preparing consistently, fine. If you give the best of yours in the next 100 days, if you prepare like a person prepares for UPSC, not studying for 24 hours, be very clear, I am not telling to study for 24 hours. You study for 8 hours a day, that is enough. 10 hours a day, that is enough. But study for 10 hours consistently with a very proper concentration. That is this 100 days important. This 100 day will not decide your life. Always remember. Tomorrow, if you not clear Clat, you after the session just search that from where Hari Salve, from where D.Y. Chandrachud, where Ram Malani, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, from where they have completed their LLB, BLLB. Just not now, after the session. Very private colleges of India. But they are today one of the renowned and the best lawyer of the world, not India. They are the best lawyer, Hari Salve, the best lawyer of the world, not India. So if tomorrow you don't get NLU, this does not put a full stop to your career. But the only thing why this 100 days is important, guys, because this 100 days, if you work very hard, it makes a signature on your hard work that you will be getting NLU. And life at NLU, whatever it is, forget about this as of now. Who for Kulbhushan Jadhav case? Life at NLU, live it. The time when you clear CLAT and you get NLU, the happiness, leave a happiness of lighting things. We will make a poster, we will have an interview of it done. Okay, leave apart your whichever coaching you are, they will be making your poster, they will be giving you some gifts, it's done. But the happiness of yours and your happiness of the family member will be very much when you clear it. So this is very important. 100 days, it's very important for your CLAT preparation. Even if you were not studying very seriously for till today, अभी 8 बजे तक भी, if you study 100 days जी जान लगा के, guys, I tell you, pandemic, when we gave CLAT in 2020, the pandemic changed the CLAT for someone, and it changed it in for someone in positive sense and for someone in negative sense. A person who was getting in the May, generally CLAT happens in May, this time it is happening in December, CLAT happens in May, CLAT 2020 was supposed to be happen in May. A person who was getting in the mock only 40, CLAT was postponed to September, he got 100 days time, he prepared his best in the 100 days, and he is studying in one of the top law colleges. This is very important time, this is a very crucial time. All your birthday parties, Durga Puja, I know guys you are having Durga Puja, I know guys you are having Diwali, you are having Chhat Puja, and every festival is there, guys. And I'm not telling you to not enjoy the festival, you should enjoy, you should definitely. I'm not telling you to confine yourself in the room, sab band karke pad rahe, aisa nahi. But remember, Durga Puja, Diwali, Chhat will come every year. This 100 days will not come after this time, it will come if you take a drop, that is another thing, don't, we are not talking about that. So make it a point, guys, give your hard work on your basics once again, because this is the only time, last time, when you can work on your basics, work on your weak areas, point out your weak areas, and don't feel that I will quit from the class. Should I quit? अब भी नहीं, अब होना था जो हो गया. And I suppose that you have filled the form, guys. Everyone, Samarth, Harsh, Saviraj, Kindla, you must have filled the form. And if you're not, get it filled. Yeah. Don't think about quitting the CLAT examination now. If you want, please come to us. If you are having something in your mind, procrastination, the person, If you are having something related to it, please come to us. We are there. We are there to help you people. But you had worked very hard. You have to work for some more days, and it will be done. And remember, guys, hard work never goes in waste. You will be getting an LU. So hard work plus what is CLAT 2023 is very important. That is smart work. That I said that UPSC के लिए prepare करो, but not 24 hours. You don't have to sit for 18 hours and study for CLAT. Hard work for smart work. What is important for you? Which question, Aviraj? Samarth. What Samarth has asked. That question. Hard work is important. Plus your smart work. You have to deal with the sections very smartly, and then only you will be getting CLAT 20. What not to do? Don't give daily mocks. Don't leave the mock without analysis. Don't practice logical English legal in one day. Never. Don't do this mistake. They are all passages based sections, so you can do them alternative day. Uh, then what not to do? You should not. What not to do? Don't leave current affairs. Don't leave quant. Don't dare to leave quant. You have to do quant, guys. It's very important to you for you to do quant. Don't give up on mock. Whatever score you are getting, change your strategy. Reach out to us for strategy. We will be having a different strategy, but together we will be getting NLU. When we read any passage or questions, there are sometimes when our mind diverts. What to do? Okay, this is a very common thing for everyone. So our mind diverts means, see, that is what I suggest. Samad, for that I suggest that you should read and sit and read for 2 hours continuously. Before this, I suggested many of the people, Ankit and everyone, that to sit for 3 hours. So in a day, if you are reading the Hindu, Indian Express, articles, whatever thing you want to read, or anything, whatever you are practicing passages, sit continuously for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and do it. So at that point of time, don't use your mobile. Don't see what is going outside. Don't see that what father and mother is talking about. What your sister is doing. What your sister is okay. What your sister is doing. Okay, and that all thing leave apart and sit for 2.5 hours and study continuously. You don't touch this. इसको तो छूना ही नहीं. That for 2.5 hours. Even if you're getting my call. Okay, Aviraj. So even if you're getting my call, don't pick it up. Sit for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, guys, continuously. Read, practice. It would be easier for you to sit for 2 hours in CLAT examination, in CLAT D-Day. Okay? And if you not pick up my phone, then you know what is the consequences. So sit for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, guys, continuously. And then you can go for, then when you will be sitting for 2 hours, it would be easier for CLAT examination. That is the only solution, Aviraj, and one more work, Samarth. Okay, that is the only solution you have. Sit and do it. Beside Clat out, I can't afford my internet. Okay, Rohini, you DM me. I would, we will talk on the DM. Uh, and then those person who could not attempt the lighting day mock, you are welcome on the DM. That's all from my side, guys. Harsh, now we are done with more than the time. Please, I would be happy to answer you, but